Every single week, I was spending hours manually copying leads from my website contact form into a spreadsheet, then sending those same leads a welcome email, then adding them to my CRM, then following up 3 days later, by hand, every single time. And I thought that was just the job. That was just what running a business looked like. Until someone showed me I could automate that entire chain of tasks in about 20 minutes, for free, without writing a single line of code. And now that exact system runs in the background every single day, while I focus on actually closing deals. In this video, I am going to show you exactly how to automate your lead generation from start to finish using no-code tools that anyone can set up today. By the time this video is done, you will know how to automatically capture leads, enrich their data, drop them into your CRM, and trigger a personalized follow-up sequence, all without touching it yourself. That means faster response times, zero leads falling through the cracks, and hours back in your week. This is No Code Nation, where we make automation simple, practical, and completely accessible. No developer required. Let's get into it. The first thing you need is a way to automatically capture your leads and get them somewhere useful the moment they come in. And the tool for this is Zapier. If you have never used Zapier before, here is what it does in plain English. It connects your apps together and moves information between them automatically based on triggers you set up. So, for example, someone fills out your contact form on your website. Maybe it is a type form, a Google form, or a form built into your Squarespace or WordPress site. Zapier sees that new submission come in, and it instantly sends that data wherever you tell it to go. Now here is where most people stop. They connect the form to a Google Sheet and call it automation. That is fine, but we are going far beyond that today. The real power is in what happens next. Let's say your form captures a name, an email, and maybe a company name. Zapier can take that information and automatically create a new contact in your CRM, whether that is HubSpot, Pipedrive, or even a simple Airtable base, at the exact same moment the form is submitted. No delay, no manual entry, no copy pasting. That lead is in your system in seconds. And here is the part that makes a real difference for small business owners. Speed to lead matters enormously. Studies consistently show that if you respond to a lead within the first 5 minutes, you are exponentially more likely to convert them versus waiting even 30 minutes. With Zapier capturing and routing that lead automatically, your response time goes from hours to seconds. The free plan on Zapier gives you 100 tasks per month and access to over 5,000 app integrations. For a small business just getting started with automation, that is more than enough to get your lead capture system running today. Go to Zapier.com, create a free account, and look for the option to create a new Zap. Your trigger is a new form submission. Your action is creating a contact in your CRM. Set it up once, test it, and it runs forever. Now that your leads are being captured automatically, the next problem is that most of those leads come in without a lot of information. You get a name and an email and maybe a company name. That is not a lot to go on when you are trying to prioritize who to follow up with first. This is where lead enrichment comes in, and there is a no-code tool that handles this beautifully. It is called Clearbit, and they have a free tier that works great for smaller volumes. Here is how it works. You take that email address that just came in through your Zapier workflow and you run it through Clearbit. Clearbit takes that one piece of information, just the email address, and it returns a full profile. We are talking about their job title, their company size, the industry they are in, the company website, the estimated revenue of their business, their LinkedIn profile, and more. All of that data gets added automatically to the contact record in your CRM. Now, instead of a name and an email address, you have a full picture of who this person is. And here's the practical impact of that. Let's say you are a freelance web designer and 2 leads come in at the same time. One of them is a solopreneur who just started a side project. The other is the marketing director of a company with 50 employees. Both submitted the same form. Without enrichment, you treat them the same. With enrichment, you know immediately which one to prioritize and how to frame your follow-up message. You can connect Clearbit directly inside your Zapier workflow as an additional step. So the chain now looks like this. Form submission comes in, Zapier grabs the data, sends the email to Clearbit for enrichment, takes the enriched data back, and creates a fully populated contact in your CRM. This whole thing runs automatically, takes about 2 seconds per lead, and costs you nothing at the volume most small businesses are working with. That is a genuinely powerful system, and you built it without writing a single line of code. Here is where we take everything up another level. Once your leads are captured and enriched, you need to follow up with them immediately and in a way that feels personal, not like a generic blast email. The tool that makes this possible is Make, which used to be called Integromat. Make is similar to Zapier, but it is more visual and gives you a lot more flexibility for building complex workflows, and the free tier is genuinely generous. What you're going to build inside Make is an automated email sequence that triggers the moment a new lead enters your system. But not just any email, a smart email that uses the data you just enriched. So instead of sending every lead the exact same message, you can set up conditions inside Make. If the lead's company size is over 20 employees, send them email version A, which speaks to scaling teams and enterprise-level problems. If the company size is under 20 employees, send them email version B, which speaks to the challenges of a small and nimble team. Make calls these conditional paths, and you set them up visually just by dragging and connecting modules on a screen. It looks like a flowchart. No code involved at all. The email itself gets sent through whatever tool you already use: Gmail, Outlook, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp. Make connects to all of them. And here is the part that makes leads feel like they are getting personal attention, even though it is completely automated. You can pull in dynamic fields from the enriched data. So the email might say something like, "Hey, Sarah, I noticed you are heading up marketing at a company in the e-commerce space. Here is something that might be relevant to your team specifically." Sarah has no idea that email was sent automatically. It feels handwritten. That kind of personalization at scale is what separates businesses that convert leads into clients from the ones that blast the same message to everyone and wonder why nobody responds. Set this up once inside Make. Connect it to your lead capture workflow, and every single new lead you get from this point forward receives a timely, personalized follow-up without you lifting a finger. The last piece of your lead generation automation system is organizing and tracking everything in one place, so you actually know what is working and what is not. And the tool I want to talk about here is Airtable. Now, you might think of Airtable as just a fancy spreadsheet, and yes, it can absolutely work as a spreadsheet. But when you use it as the hub of your lead generation system, it becomes something much more powerful. Think of it as a visual CRM that you build yourself for free in about 30 minutes. Here is what your Airtable base should look like for lead generation. You have one table called Leads. Every column is a field: name, email, company, lead source, enrichment data from Clearbit, status, follow-up date, and notes. Every new lead that comes in through your Zapier workflow gets automatically added as a new row in this table. Now here is where Airtable starts doing things a regular spreadsheet cannot do. You can create different views of this same data. One view shows you all new leads sorted by company size so you can prioritize the biggest opportunities. Another view shows you leads that have not received a follow-up yet. Another view shows you only leads that came from a specific source, like your LinkedIn ad versus your website contact form, so you can see which channel is actually performing. And Airtable has automations built right into it, so you can set up a rule that says if the status of a lead changes to contacted, automatically send you a reminder in 3 days to follow up again. Or, if a lead has been sitting in new status for more than 48 hours without any activity, send you a Slack notification or an email alert so it does not fall through the cracks. The free plan on Airtable gives you unlimited bases, up to 1,200 records per base, and access to all the core views and automations you need to run this system. When you connect Airtable into the rest of your no-code stack, with Zapier pulling in lead data, Clearbit enriching it, and Make triggering your follow-up sequences, you now have a complete automated lead generation system that rivals what enterprise companies spend thousands of dollars building. And you built it yourself without writing any code, probably in a single afternoon. So let's recap what you now have. You have Zapier automatically capturing every lead the moment they submit your form and routing them into your system. You have Clearbit enriching each lead with full company and contact data so you can prioritize intelligently. You have Make triggering personalized follow-up emails based on who that lead actually is. And you have Airtable as your visual command center where you can see everything, track progress, and make sure no lead ever gets ignored. That is a complete automated lead generation system built with free tools with zero code. If you found this useful, subscribe to No Code Nation right now because we put out videos like this every week. Real automations, real tools, real results. And drop a comment below telling me which tool you are going to try first. Is it Zapier, Make, Airtable? Let me know. I read every single comment. See you in the next one.